What tools, frameworks, or systems do you recommend for setting and tracking goals? I'll turn this one to Alina.
Tools for setting goals are simple for me. When Kennedy asked the rocket science the question, what is it needed to send the rocket to the moon? He answered, the will to do it. So the first, we have to have really big goal that will make us excited, and we have to ask ourselves two questions and answer positive for that. Am I able to do that? And the answer is yes, because we have such a big potential to do anything that we just can think about and dream about. It means that it is already there for us. Otherwise, we would never even have that desire. And the second question, am I willing to do whatever it takes to achieve that goal? And if the answers to these two questions is positive, this is the right goal. So the goal should be really big enough to inspire you and excite you, and also to scare you at the same time. And if you have that process done, you can go for that and you can grow on the way. Of course, the big goal requires the growth, it requires transformation. And the bigger goal you have, more energy and excitement you will have, and more you will be willing to overcome the obstacles. And about tracking goals, the tracking goals, as Earl Nightingale said, that success is progressive realization of the worthy ideal. So we can set the goals, tell no to everything that is not aligned with our goals, and do better 1% every day. Be better in doing things which are necessary to achieve that goals 1% every day. And we can say every day what I did better today than yesterday, what I can do better tomorrow. And we can track our success and be disciplined, of course, planning 3 to 6 non-negotiable actions which we can prioritize and which we know that are important to be done to achieve our goals.
All right. What do you recommend, Dr. Annika?
Well, guess what? I also said that tracking your goals is in a way simple. And my tools, they are pen and paper. You couldn't guess that, right? Because again, writing things down so you can unburden your brain from having to keep more than one thought at a time in there. That's the key. And you use this for setting your goals. And the framework that I use, that I help people to do too, is to have 3 columns on that paper, or you can have 3 separate papers. It doesn't matter. And with one is where am I now, and the other one is where am I heading. And then when you have, and you do that without making you feel bad or something, because this is just how it is. And this is where I want. And on the third part, or the third paper, you write what is the gap between what do I need to change, what do I want to do. And then you take that things that you have on the what do I want and need to do, and you make a new list on a new piece of paper and put down the steps that you see that you are to do to get going towards those. You don't have to see the all the steps. You can just see the first ones, and start working from there. And you can track those goals by, just crossing over the ones that you've done and then add more as you progress. So it's a continuous process.
Okay.
Thank you.
How's that process look for you, Daniel?
Well, I have to say, Elena and Dr. Annika has already mentioned a lot of these elements. So it's quite similar, for me. We have a goal. We review, obviously we review them, could be, some on a daily basis, some on a weekly, some on a monthly basis. And perhaps the other element, which I would like to add, is really having accountability partners, people who remind us of our goals. And actually we ask them, we tell them what our goals are, and afterwards, they remind us. It's not like without any judgment. It's just like, if we are not, why are we not? How can we get back on track? what do we need to do? How can we refocus? So, and yeah, this is just what I wanted to say. Thank you.